even my parents. My dad is 63, my mom is 60. Sobra silang makipagsabayan sa amin sa travel. There was really a certain month, doon ko talaga na-realize na pwede talagang tumanda. Pwede tayong magkaroon ng very healthy bone and joint even we are aging. Because there was a time na parang we were able to travel 2 countries in a month. Tapos, alam mo naman, pag taga-travel, maraming lakad and all. So they really never complained or even na parang, tigil muna tayo dito kasi parang ang sakit na ng kasukasuan ko, ganyan. In which, I'm hearing that sa ilang mga clients or patients ko na mga late 40s, early 50s. So it's really possible how number one, regular mobility is key. That's number one. And then,
when you say regular mobility, yung mga stretching.
Yes, stretching. Hindi naman kailangan all the time na mag-jogging ka. Even brisk walking, is fine. Para lang hindi maging stiff yung joints natin. And one reality kasi that we need to address is that talagang our synovial fluid decreases over time. Ito po yung nagbibigay ng lubrication. Why our joints can move, why you can move your shoulders, why you can move your knees, ganyan.
Alright, so welcome back talaga. But welcome to our latest and freshest podcast. This is coming from the previous podcast from the Playground PH. We're still in the Playground PH, but this is a new podcast channel, which is your go-to source for practical health and nutrition tips that fit into your busy lifestyle. I'm one of the co-hosts, Dennis Hilario, and alongside with me is our expert, a registered nutritionist and dietitian, Miss Mary-Rose Del Rio.
Yay! Good morning, everyone. We're very excited to empower you with our podcast.
Yes. This podcast will be diving into important topics, that impact our overall well-being. So that's Mary-Rose's advocacy, and mine as well as a working class. So whether it's debunking like common health myths or exploring the facts behind nutrition, yun yung mga topics na i-cover natin in this podcast. And then for today, we'll be discussing a topic that is often overlooked until it's too late.
Yes.
It's about bone and joint health. Yon. So again, welcome, Mary-Rose.
Yes, thank you so much. So very exciting ang ating topic, But of course, before we dive into that, how's been our day so far?
Yes, actually, I'd like to share very quick, but I think we're gonna be discussing it later further, Yung kasi Coach Mary-Rose here has helped me in my nutrition journey. So, meron kaming mga define na mga meal plans. I started last week and so far, ayoko magyabang pero I lost already some weight.
Yay!
Yon. So, siguro
and if you can too.
Yes. And siguro yung experience ko doon is that talaga siya. Number one, nawala yung bloating feeling. Kasi before, na hindi ako mindful sa mga ganyan and wala pa tong meal plan. Talagang lagi akong bloated. If not, I'm super hungry. Kasi nag-intermittent ako na fasting. Pero this time, since it's small, frequent meals, I never feel hungry. At the same time, I don't feel bloated. And so, thank you so much. And again, we'll dive deeper into that later.
Yes.
Ikaw, kamusta? How are you? How are you doing?
Doing great. So just last weekend, actually, we had an exhibit, like a wellness expo in Ayala 30th.
Yeah.
It's actually organized by Ateneo Graduate School of Business. So thank you for having us. So we were one of the exhibitors during that weekend. At syempre, marami din tayong mga natulungan doon to, have more awareness in terms of their health and to become more proactive sa kanilang, to take charge more of their health goals.
Yeah. What's yung major takeaway ng mga attendees dun sa event?
It was actually a mix of both health and entrepreneurship kasi yung mga nandun. And actually across, may mga different industries din, different businesses involved during the whole exhibition. Kaya, na-feature yung mga iba't ibang negosyo doon.
Similar to what we're doing now, So we're trying to integrate health and entrepreneurship and the working lifestyle, no. So yun naman yung parang target audience natin in this partnership or collaboration, no. So very exciting. Okay, so let's dive into our main topic, no. Let's talk about yung common misconceptions, no. But before that pala, maybe you can give some initial thoughts about bone health, bone and joint health, no?
Yeah. With regard to our bone and joint health, no. So basically, minsan kasi akala ng iba, it's this, addressing your bone is already addressing your joints at the same time, right? So ano muna tayo, review of the basics. So syempre, di ba, for example, on your arm pa lang, right? Arm, forearm, ganyan. Ito yung pinaka-bone natin, and the joint is like your elbow, your shoulder, ganyan. Kasi usually when I am giving advice, nutritional advice, particularly in terms of nutrients, sometimes ang usual misconception is what they just thinking is just the calcium for the bones, and they're thinking na enough na rin yun for the joints. So we have to be aware kung asan ba siya, diba, sa katawan natin, so that in terms of prevention and management of a certain health disease associated with that, we get to address it also, per area. Yun ang first na kailangan natin ma-review.
Oo nga, actually,
ma-remind actually.
Na-share ko earlier na nagkaroon ako ng several dislocations sa shoulder.
Yes.
Pero I think it's more of ligaments, no, if I'm not mistaken. Tapos nagkaroon ako ng titanium dito, tinahe, etc. Kasi sabi ng doktor, I don't know if that's the right term, na parang lax yung joints ko, parang ganon. So yun siguro we can talk about later, no, yung pagdating sa, kasi pag sinabing joints kasi bones and ligaments yun eh, diba? O not necessarily.
Particularly, it involves ito, no, yung pinaka natin. Well, in ligaments, it's actually part of what's connecting your bone to each other, ganyan. Mga, diba? It's
connected siya. At least sila yung nagko-connect talaga, di ba? Yung ligaments. Pag wala yung ligaments, hindi sila magdidikit.
Yes. So, the joint is something yan in between. So, there has to be parang the synovial fluid that keeps it lubricated. Then, later on, as we talk about the joint health, mas mapipress on natin yan. And, malaki po talaga ang kinalaman ng quality of life natin. Whether we have a good bone and joint health or not. Because, syempre, every day, we're moving. Mobility, whether ikababagal natin yan or ikakabilis natin yan, yung isang activity is dependent on our bone and joint health at any stage in our life, no? Whether it's for the babies or up to the elderly. So that's why it's very important that any family member of any age has to know this. Yes.
So that leads to the question, is there such thing like I'm too young, masyado pa akong bata para maging mindful ako dun sa bone and joint health ko.
Yes,
joint
actually,
health ko.
common common misconception, and usually yung mga Gen Z, millennials, yes, they may be conscious about their health, like you see them in the gym, ganyan, moving and all, but sometimes not really focusing on their bone and joint, but more of to build muscles and all, but
aesthetic,
ganyan. But however, syempre, 'di ba, kapag namali ka ng posture, ng buhat mo, ganyan, affected, no, yung bone and joint natin. And while we are still growing, actually, by the time pa, kaya nga yung mga mommies, diba, binibigyan na agad ng calcium supplements as a part of their prenatal nutrition. Kasi importante, syempre, yung bone and joint ng baby, ready yan by the time they crawl, they walk. So, meron tayong tinatawag na nutrition at every life stage. And the nutrients for the bones are actually, very crucial. Ganyan. Kasi nag-grow talaga yung bones natin. And meron tayong tinatawag na peak it happens at around 20 to 30s. Kaya pagdating ng 30, dun na nagkakaroon ng yung bone density natin. It gets affected. Parang nagkakaroon na ng decline, not just for women, but also for men. Kaya kailangan,
yung density, no?
the bone, mineral density.
minsan marupok.
Yes, opo. Parang kung i-imagine natin yung walls, no, parang ayaw natin na parang inaanay. Kung baga kita natin yung walls pag inaanay over time, nagbubutas-butas. So that's how brittle. Yeah, that's how your bone looks like. So it has to be parang very siya, 'di ba? Strong and compact ganyan. Pero nagkakaroon siya ng holes over time kapag hindi po natin naalagaan. That's why.
I remember yung movie ni Night Shyamalan ba yun? Yung director ng Sixth Sense. Meron siyang movie entitled Unbreakable. So para siyang na-discover niya na kahit na anong accident ang nangyari sa kanya, hindi na-break yung bones niya.
Wow, parang I have to watch that.
Yes. Tapos ang na-curious siya, meron bang tao na parang yung naman reversed na sobrang breakable naman nung bones or fragile So ang ending ng story, hindi ko na sasabihin kasi may na. Ayun, so spoiler. Ayoko na spoiler alert yun. So naalala ko lang kasi na yun nga yung topic about how can you make your bones stronger. Kasi nga, nagbi-brittle talaga yung Yun. So, ang takeaway natin dito is there's no such thing as too young to take care or be mindful about, taking care of your bones and your joints. No? So, second misconception or myth is, do you really, yung timing or worrying about your bone health is something na pag you're experiencing pain lang ba? Or kahit walang pain na nararamdaman is, do you have to worry? No?
Yan. So, magandang discussion din yan. Kasi minsan, dun tayo nagkakaroon ng action when there is pain already. But just like any pain in any part of our body, these are what you call signs and symptoms. And signs and symptoms, as by technical definition, these are late manifestation of an existing disease or illness. Meaning, parang once na naramdaman mo na yan, it's like, parang may katulad yan, may fire alarm. Or you really have to do something about it. Because pag nagbi-build up yung weakness mo sa bone, most of the time, or talagang hindi pa siya painful agad-agad. So unless na nagkaroon ka na ng fracture just because nadulas ka lang ng very light, that's why for elderly, yung tipong slight nadulas lang, medyo challenging na for them to recover as compared when nadulas ka lang ng konti ng 20s as compared ng nadulas ng konti ng 50s. Yung impact niya iba. Kasi yung dating nun sa bones mo, hindi na ganun ka palaban ba yung bones natin. So that's why we really have to do something. Kumbaga, don't wait until there's already pain.
Actually, when you send me this, ito yung magiging topic natin, bigla ako nag-worry, kasi sabi nga natin, hindi natin nakikita kasi yung bones natin diba? We really don't know.
We have test po. Maganda yung mga DEXA scan. Yan.
Okay.
Yun nakikita natin ahead of time. Ganito na pala yung bones ko, ganyan. Kasi there are genes also na early though meron nga tayong general principle or description na peaks at around 30, ganyan. But, genes are still there. That's why kahit early 20s, we can be proactive already about getting those tests.
So we call it DEXA.
DEXA scan.
DEXA scan. So most hospitals and clinics
usually
they have
to have that.
Do I need to have advice ng doctor?
Request.
Or may request talaga ng doctor.
Ganyan.
Okay. Yung DEXA scan. I'll take that maya siguro. Yun. So another question kasi since ang audience natin here are the working class. And as you know, ang isang tao nagtatrabaho lagi nakaupo.
Yes.
Madalang tayong tumatayo kasi nandun tayo sa computer, so does it affect the bone and joint health pag nakaupo ka lagi?
Yes, definitely, because syempre limited. Well, number one, sitting is the new smoking.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes,
but I think I've heard that somewhere.
Opo. That's why encouraging. There are a lot of companies right now who incorporate what do you call this? Corporate wellness. So in between breaks, meron silang parang mga high intensity, mga 5 to 10 minute lang na mga stretching or squats, ganyan, because joint stiffness, can really happen over time. I have a lot of clients who are, in the executive position of banks. Nagde-develop sila ng mga sciatica, carpal tunnel, alam mo yun, and yung mga trigger finger. So, yung pag-open ng kamay, naiiwan yung isa, and kailangan mo pang alalayan yung isang finger para lang bumukas ulit. So, things like that. It happens again over time. Kasi kapag same lang lagi yung posture mo, right, when your bones and joints can do a lot of things, before ka pumasok sa, like what you do, sir, di ba? You have this exercise of, tuwing kailan nga po ulit kayo nag-exercise?
Morning, right? Yeah, usually morning 4:30, 5 a.m.
Yes, and then yung wife niya naman sa afternoon,
sa hapon naman,
right? So, yeah, you guys can also do the same. Kung ano yung ng katawan nyo. No, but don't forget to really have like, walk in between. Kung magte-take kayo ng phone call, pwedeng tayo na lang tayo and then you get to stroll around the office.
Ako, meron akong practice na I call it, kasi nakikita ko to sa social media, yung decompression.
Yes.
Ang technique niya is maghahang ka sa bar. Tapos wala lang, parang hanging lang position.
Apo.
Para ma-decompress yung spine.
Right. It helps.
Yeah, actually, pag tuwing ginagawin ko siya, para ako nare-relieve ng something.
Actually, na-bring up nyo yun. Suggestion sa akin yun nung ortho ko, kasi I have mild scoliosis ever since I was younger. And tinanong ko siya, ano yung pinaka-advisable na activity for me? Wala naman siyang any limits na sinabi, pero binring up niya yan, swimming and monkey bars. Yes.
Meron ding technique na pag nakahiga, ipupush mo yung yung parang lower body habang nakaiga ka. Parang decompression din siya.
Yeah.
Yun. Dami natututunan sa TikTok eh.
Helpful yung mga ganyan.
Yeah. Ang stress, nakaka-impact ba siya, lalo na yung mga stressful situations? May impact pa rin ba siya sa bone?
Yes, especially if yung mga sources of stress niyo are chronic. Like, so when you get to scan your day, di ba, morning pa lang. Pero, kaya dapat stress management is very important because too high, again, cortisol hormones, it affects the calcium and magnesium absorption in our body. So that's why it also has to be, observed over time. So doon papasok yung kailangan natin, of course, since kung exposed na talaga tayo sa high stressful environment, if that's your reality, then very important yung na-mention natin earlier, that you get to have a probably deep breathing from time to time.
Yeah. Let's talk about yung cortisol, kasi naririnig ko rin yan lagi. So, did I get it right na pag nagkakaroon ka ng stress, nagkakaroon ng high level of cortisol? Meron din kasi ako narinig na meron ding magandang effect ang cortisol.
Yes. Pagka-acute siya, sir. Like, sa fight or flight activity natin. Pero when it's elevated for a long period of time, kasi that's what you call chronic. Yeah, when you say acute, konti lang. Parang, di ba minsan, yung mga biglaang stress na gano'n, it puts you up to a certain stamina na for you to be productive, or let's say, parang yung mga cramming mode, dyan very si cortisol. Parang mas nakakapag-isip tayo, ay, deadline na, go. Yan.
Okay yun, basta wag lang siyang
lagi. Super, like gano'n na morning, afternoon, evening. So if it's like that, diba?
Meron din kasing sinasabi nila na, or naririnig natin to, na pag yung isang tao is nag-retire, kasi pag nag-retire ka, nababawasan ka na ng stress doon daw nagkakasakit kasi nawawala na yung tamang level of cortisol. Somehow ba logical yung explanation na yun? Kasi ang alam ko, yung cortisol, again, correct me if I'm wrong, is somehow builds your immune system. Basta wag lang siyang chronic, yung tamang level lang.
Opo, definitely. So anything that is too much, diba? Right. But of course, when it comes to aging, hindi lang po natin siya ma-attribute kay cortisol. Kapag kasi talaga nag-age tayo, maraming factors talaga, sir.
Nagkakasakit.
The reason why.
So that's why as early as bata ka pa, maging mindful ka na dyan. Otherwise,
mga meditation, mindfulness activities natin. That's why from time to time, parang don't be guilty about, treating yourself out for, quick relaxation. Di naman kailangan all the time na 1 week every month, di ba? So yung mga short activities lang na
Yun,
Can
so
just-
isa pang misconception is that na naririnig ko is pag may joint pain ka na daw, hindi na siya ma-fix. Ma-address.
Yes. So, nakakalungkot naman isipin, but I personally met a lot of, mga elderly natin na ganyan, na parang tinanggap na lang nila na, wala, ganito na talaga eh. Matanda na kasi. So, lalo na when they hit 50s, 60s.
Yung mga arthritis.
Osteoarthritis, ganyan. So, syempre, alam mo yon, nakakalungkot kasi even though you know them that they can do a lot, especially when they are very productive at their early stage in life, alam mo yung matatalinong tao to, ang dami nilang pwede pang gawin. I've also met a lot of people actually na 60s and they are still productive kasi they are able to take care of their health. Sabi ko, possible talaga kasi even my parents, my dad is 63, my mom is 60, sobra silang makipagsabayan sa amin sa travel. There was really a certain month, doon ko talaga na-realize na pwede talagang tumanda. Pwede tayong magkaroon ng very healthy bone and joint even we are aging. Because there was a time na parang we were able to travel 2 countries in a month. Tapos, alam mo naman, pag nag-travel, maraming lakad and all. So they really never complained or even na parang, tigil muna tayo dito kasi parang ang sakit na ng kasukasuan ko, ganyan. In which, I am hearing that sa ilang mga clients or patients ko na mga late 40s, early 50s. So it's really possible how number one, regular mobility is key. That's number one. And then,
when you say regular mobility, yung mga stretching.
Yes, stretching. Hindi naman kailangan all the time na mag-jogging ka. Even brisk walking, is fine. Para lang hindi maging stiff yung joints natin. And one reality kasi that we need to address is that talagang our synovial fluid decreases over time. Ito po yung nagbibigay ng lubrication. Why? Our joints can move, why you can move your shoulders, why you can move your knees, ganyan. So, since reality siya, anticipate mo na siya na, okay, since my synovial fluid decreases, then I need to intentionally replenish it. So, meron po tayong mga pharmaceutical grade nutritional supplements like glucosamine hydrochloride and chondroitin sulfate, which empowers your cell's ability to produce more again. Kasi at some point, para bang, alam mo yun, napupundi yung cells natin, parang ilaw. You just need to remind them that, hey, even though I'm aging, kaya pa naman. Ganyan. And also, since there are a lot of inflammation that we ate over time, diba, every time po mapapakain tayo ng sweet food, fatty, fried, matic inflammation yan. And when there is joint pains, matic, there is inflammation happening. So you would want mga pro-inflammatory. So that's where your omega-3 will come in, your curcumin, your turmeric, diba? So kung uminom kayo ng mga salabat, go ahead. But there are also pharmaceutical grade nutritionals which contains that together with glucosamine and
kasama naman yun sa binigay mo sa aking plan, di ba? Ngayon, wala pa?
Not yet. Probably later on.
Sige. Naging mindful tuloy ako dun sa mga kailangan ko i-take.
Synovial fluid. So, sobrang na-appreciate ko yun kasi our parents have been taking it for like running 4 or 5 years already. And dun ko talaga sa mga ganong activities na-appreciate. Sabi ko, in fairness, parang willing naman talaga na mag-invest tayo sa mga ganyang bagay.
Kasi ang alam ko lang talaga is milk.
Yes.
Pagdating sa bone health, inom ka lang daw ng maraming milk. Calcium na raw yun. So, hindi totoo yun, na milk lang ang... Is that
maganda
a myth?
Rin yung ni sir, the bring up niya yan. So, usually, di ba, that comes into mind that, calcium milk. So, marami pong sources of calcium. So, you can get it from like leafy vegetables. Meron na rin tayong mga fortified, kasi others, especially mga lactose intolerant. Diba? Marami tayong mga nakikitang ganyang cases ngayon. So, you can opt in for, meron na tayong mga fortified almond or soy milk na may calcium doon sa loob.
So, yung almond itself, may calcium yun?
Not much as compared to the dairy, but fino-fortify sila, sir, meaning during the processing, ini-infuse doon yung calcium.
Pag ginawa siyang milk?
Yeah, pag ginawa siyang ready to drink na.
Okay. So those are
fortified.
Yung pala yung ibig sabihin ng fortified.
Fortified, yes. Meaning, the ingredient itself doesn't possess it. It may or may possess it. It may be too little or wala talaga. Pero pwede siyang during the process. Nilagay siya.
How about yung vitamin D? Is it also a source of calcium or...
It's magkabarkada sila ng calcium. Parang they go hand in hand in terms of taking care of our bones. So magkakabarkada yan basically. Si magnesium, si calcium, and si vitamin D. So that's why kumbaga in terms of absorption, for the calcium to be fully absorbed sa ating bones, no, yung tatlong magkakabarkada na yan has to be present. Yan.
Where do you get vitamin D aside from sunlight?
No, which we rarely do kasi nga bukod sa medyo conscious na yung mga Filipino ngayon sa
balat
sa balat natin. Merong mga fortified na rin. Eggs has vitamin D. Yan, meron na rin tayong mga fortified cereals with vitamin D. Actually, konti lang din, not much.
Sorry, you mentioned egg.
Yes.
So how do you fortify? Tama ba yung term ko?
The egg itself has vitamin D naman.
Okay.
Opo. Yes.
Akala ko may ini-inject.
Yung cereals po, ang fortified with vitamin D.
Okay.
Yes.
Yung cereals.
Some cereals, if it's indicated. So usually they put it naman sa label, like fortified with. Yeah. Okay. So maganda rin pag-usapan yan later on, yung mga labels. Abangan yung mga susunod na episode natin. There's so much to learn about that. Very interesting topic, by the way.
Ituloy na kaya natin.
Ang daming mga terms about labeling, pero magiging kayo, more, mas matutuwa kayo sa sarili niya pag nag-grocery kayo. Nutrition labels.
Okay, so sige, na-realize na natin kailangan natin ng alagaan yung buto natin. So how do you, as a working professional, how do you incorporate that into your lifestyle, yung taking care of your bone and health and joints?
So, tama, magandang tanong yan because usually when we are working, ayan po, we drink a lot of coffee.
Yes,
and ang tanong, ilan bang milligrams of caffeine, right, yung nakaka-apekto po sa ating calcium and magnesium absorption. So around, syempre iba't iba yung formulation ng coffee natin, but around 300 milligrams of caffeine, that's more or less kung brewed coffee siya, you can put it at around 2 to 3 cups. Again, depending on sa nagawa ng kape. So that 2 to 3 cups is relative depending on the milligram, but 300 milligram of caffeine is what affects the calcium and magnesium absorption. So, knowing that, okay, if you're fan of drinking coffee, hindi naman po natin ina-avoid or eliminate yan. You can probably have 1 to 2 cups na lang. At the same time, you can, since mindful na tayo na, alright, these are the food sources of calcium, magnesium, vitamin D, then you might want to, instead, kesa mag third cup of coffee ka, sa merienda pwedeng mag-smoothies ka na lang with, milk or almond or soy, and then mag-blend ka dyan ng mga leafy vegetables, ganyan. Yes, and of course, your pharmaceutical grade nutritionals.
Pag naman, ang nature ng workers nagta-travel, so paano ko ma-incorporate yung mga calcium na yan at saka these things sa lifestyle? Yes,
so para talaga sa peace of mind and convenience, para wala na ako masyadong iniisip talaga. Kasi syempre when we are traveling, we tend to eat whatever is along the way, right? Hindi mo na minsan masabi na, meron ba kayong dito, milk source or ganyan. So that's where really pharmaceutical grade nutritional supplements comes in handy. Again, what I'm emphasizing, sir, is the quality of the nutritional supplements, no? Pharmaceutical grade, meaning, kasi pag sinabi natin pong pharmaceutical grade, nandun yung assurance ninyo that the absorption rate is 96+%. Kasi marami naman po talagang supplements out there in the market, no? That's why Playground PH has also partnered up with a supplier na pharmaceutical grade yung quality natin. So should you want to know more about it, you can message the page.
Yes. Just message us. Later on, we'll put it in our description. Absorption
rate and sir, yung potential toxicity. Kasi common concern yan pagdating sa mga supplements. Like, what if maapektuhan yung liver and kidney ko? Yan. And also, the proper dosaging matters. That's why we're here to help, right?
Another scenario is that especially if I'm overweight. So overweight kasi somehow nadadamage na rin yung bones mo dyan kasi ang bigat because of the bigat diba? So there's no point in trying to protect your joints kasi damage has been done diba? Is that true?
So it's a plus factor, major plus factor, if simultaneous po natin siyang gagawin. That you get to empower your joints' ability to produce more synovial fluid and at the same time do weight management. So this time, ang weight management or, achieving a normal body fat loss this time is not just for aesthetic purposes, but also for the quality of life ng bone and joint health natin. Because whenever heavy po sa taas, di ba, usually the fat accumulates in dito, no, sa tummy, belly area, ganyan sa core. Ang pressure po niyan would be sa joints natin.
Okay.
Di ba? So, pagka normal or nag-lessen yung weight natin, it will put less pressure sa joints natin. So, malaki po yung maging kasiyahan ng ating joint health, especially ng knees natin.
Yeah, of course, losing weight is also talagang...
Yes, very beneficial.
Oh.
Right. Actually, holistic ang effect niyan, sir. Not just the bone and joint, but also on your heart, on your gut health, ganyan.
Yeah. Yeah, so... I think that's it, ano? Maybe we can wrap this up.
Yes.
Marami tayong natutunan dito sa first topic natin in this first episode.
Right. How are you feeling naman, sir, that your goal, no? Diba initially, by the way, if I may ask, what was your parang personal why initially of, sige, gusto ko na talagang, make it more proactive or more serious about your weight management goals?
Yeah. That's a good question. Ano? Kasi ever since naman...
And what are you looking forward to achieve there?
Ever since naman, I've been really mindful of my health. Ano? I started working out when, I think I was 15. Nag-start akong weight lifting. Pero before that, rin ako I'm parang athletic. Kasi I joined mga STRAA, mga palarong pambansa before. Pero table tennis yan, ping pong.
Tennis.
So I've been active naman ever since. It's just that ang first why ako nag-weightlifting kasi payat ako nun. So parang na-notice ko yung mga kasama ko medyo maganda yung katawan. Pero 15 kasi talagang payatin di ba? Especially if your genes are designed na ganun. So doon ako na ganun. And I never stopped. So up to this day, I do that. Yun namang sa nutrition, I think ever since, hindi rin ako malakas kumain ng mga rice. Sabi nga nila, para daw akong Amerikano, hindi ako masyado nagra-rice, etc. Pero mahilig ako sa mga pastry. At saka yun nga, I think na-share ko before, yung coffee and pastry, lagi siyang combined. And then in my early 30s, nag-try naman ako mag-IF, intermittent fasting. It's just that, nag-work siya actually, pero hindi siya sustainable. Ibig sabihin, I lost a lot of weight. Tapos nag-yo-yo siya because of hindi nga siya sustainable. Especially, ang nature of my work is nasa field. Lagi ako lumalabas. And syempre, pag umu-order yung kasama mo, talagang o-order ka din. Nakakaya naman na, especially if it's a business setup or meeting, no? So, that's yun. Tapos, itong pinaka-recent, the reason why, I contacted you, kasi nga, I've been doing these things for years, and hindi ko talaga makuha yung right, yung sweet spot, na, minsan nag-IF ako, naglulus ng weight, tapos bumabalik, So, gusto ko ng some formula na scientific that can be sustainable. So, hence, we're here because of that. And hindi lang yun, nagkaroon tayo ng podcast and all that. So, domino effect, butterfly effect, parang ganun.
Metamorphosis.
Yes.
Diba?
Ayan. Yun. So, so far, the experience was great as I shared earlier. Ang laki talaga ng difference when it comes to the feeling. Kasi you don't feel bloated. Yung acid reflux ko, hindi pa naman entirely nawala, pero significant na yung improvement. Hindi na ako nagigising, to be honest, in the middle of the night, just to take Gaviscon, because of that, and I'm very thankful.
Galing din ang discipline niya, sir.
Yes, so ang challenge lang, to be honest, of course, the preparation.
Right.
Pero sabi nga natin, it has to be parang like, I think na-share ko na rin before na I'm trying to treat myself na kunyari ako may sakit. And I need to do this by hook or by crook. Otherwise, for lack of better, I'll die. Di ba? So, yun yung mindset ko now. Na kahit wala akong sakit ngayon, ang mindset ko is para akong may sakit na kailangan ko talaga siyang gawin. Ano? So, I'm fortunate that I have my partner, si Leslie, who helps
shout
me
out.
Prepare these things every
Galing.
4 a.m., 4:30 a.m.
Wow. Importante talaga ang family support.
Yes. So,
Yeah,
and
communicate.
to be honest, nakikita ko naman yung effort, and I know that's difficult. Sometimes I help, no? Kasi habang nagpe-prepare siya, nag-workout ako.
Oh.
So, pag nakikita ko na, tapos na ako mag-workout, titimbang-timbang ako doon.
Alright, galing.
O kaya naman sa gabi, titimbang-timbang din ako. So, and then we pack them. Meron kaming pack lunch nandun sa kabilang room. Nandun na lahat. So, tapos dito sa office may fridge dyan. Tapos, nandun lang siya. And at times, syempre, hindi perfect. Minsan, hindi na prepare yung dinner, for example. And kasi ang plano, minsan nasa office, sige, mag-dinner na lang tayo sa bahay. Hindi na natin dadalhin yung prepared meal sa gabi. I mean, sa daytime. Kasi gagawin natin sa bahay. Pero ang problema minsan, again, these are the challenges.
Yeah,
kasi,
the challenges and how you overcome them.
Yes.
Yes.
So, minsan you have a plan, pero it doesn't always happen eh. Minsan ang plano is umuwi to have dun mag-dinner. Pero minsan naiipit ako kasi may meeting ako dito. So, ang ginagawa ko naman pag ganon is that meron namang options.
Right.
Like for example, if you look at sa Grab, I think we discussed this. Nagsuggest ka ng mga options like si Savory Chicken, yung Lohan Chan na gulay, di ba? Yung mga ganon, or yung mga may mga ma-order ka naman sa Grab na healthy options.
Yes.
And then the portion, meron din akong weighing scale dito. Wini-weigh ko na lang din. Pinapattern ko na lang din. Yung pinakang closest na meal according to the schedule or to the plan. So, that's what I've been doing.
Nice.
Yun.
That deserves applause.
Yes.
So, it's really possible, sir, no? Parang no matter how busy. Kasi sir, very busy, di ba? He's a family man with an entrepreneur at the same time. And yet, it's possible. So, if it can happen to him, it can also happen to you.
And now, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I really lost weight. I think so far, mamaya magtitimbang ulit tayo. So far, yung last check ko kasi last week, I lost about 3 pounds, so about a kilo. No? Then, if I'm not mistaken, I already lost 2 kilos. But we'll see later. Pero simula pa lang to this is just the middle of the second week.
Right.
Diba? So this is gonna be like a long-term thing. Actually, I am thinking this is a forever thing already.
Yes.
I have to really do. It's a lifestyle.
Apo.
Similar to working out before. Hindi naman ako tumigil. It's a lifestyle for me.
Lifestyle.
So now, with this new formula, new plan, meal plans, it's gonna be a lifestyle. Yes.
Amen. The habit has to be formed lang talaga, in a certain time we're in. At first, syempre, medyo uncomfortable, challenges and all. But along the way, masasanay din.
Yung pala, singit ko na lang din.
Okay.
Kahapon, we went to Manila. Yeah, the meeting with the client. So, ang bumugan sa amin is wildflower pastries.
Oh, yeah.
Diba?
Sarap doon.
So, puro pastry and wala yun sa plan. Diba? Syempre, you have to, as a courtesy, kailangan kong, kasi pinaghandaan nila yan, etc.
Right.
And then, kumuha ko ng half. Honest.
Yes.
Andiyan naman si Leslie can attest. Kumuha ko ng half. At the same time, ganun din, nagpunta ako sa Starbucks. Bumili ako ng granola bar. May granola bar sila eh. So, yun ang kinain ko.
Ang favorite ko sa, bigla ng Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yung sandwich na, yung may salmon na bread. Anong tawag doon?
Salmon sandwich.
Parang multi-grain bread
Yeah.
with salmon and parang ganon. Parang naka-bun bread yun. Basta multi-grain bread siya. Na salmon yung palaman. Okay din
meron
yun,
pala
sir.
nun. Sige, tatry
I'm
ko
not
yun.
sure kung laging meron. Pero so far, pag umorder ako, may 2 or 3 pieces.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
So,
it's a
tatry
good
ko din
snack
yan.
din.
Pero yung overnight chia
gulay
seeds
din
yata ang
yun.
tawag nila. Chia,
meron din yun. Ang sarap din
overnight.
ng gano'n nila.
Yun ay, paborito ko din yun.
May
sa kanila.
mango, ganyan.
Yeah. Ayun, so again, thank you so much for that nutrition plan that you made for me. Yun.
You're welcome, sir. And of course, with the aid also of this podcast, diba?
Yes.
Yun yung ano natin, kumbaga, it's nandun yung technicalities while at the same time, yung health and nutrition principles na natututunan natin is very important.
Yeah. Ang why ko naman dito sa podcast ito is that, you know, the experience and journey that I'm doing now, I'd like to share it to our audience. Like for example, dito sa The Playground PH. Yung
He's a living testimony.
Yes. So,
yeah, that there is hope for you.
Oo, kasi sabi nga natin, it's really a mindset.
Yes.
Diba? And
number one talaga yan, sir, actually.
ang health, I would say, more than 50% of your life should be, siyempre, another part of it yung kumita ka ng pera to just para sa, responsibilities mo sa children mo in your future. Part of it is taking care of your health talaga.
Right.
Kasi, yun yung, source of our, energy and to do these things Kung wala ka ng health, di mo magagawa yung target mo, di ba? Right. So yun yung advocacy natin dito, kaya natin to ginagawa. Hindi lang ako nagtuturo ng business, but also, with your, of course, expert advice. I'm not
holistic growth tayo dito, di ba? Sa Playground PH. So we can always play at our best state.
Correct. By the way, disclaimer, I am not a health professional. That's why we have here Coach MR.
Health advocate.
Siya yung natin expert advice. Ako yung kasama nyo dito, yung mga questions about health, yun yung itatanong ko and then she's gonna answer those.
And look forward, pwede tayong magkaroon din ng mga experts in the different areas then of the health industry. So exciting yung mga next episodes natin, right, sir?
Yes, so I'm excited. So that wraps up today's episode of our Nourish to Flourish podcast.
Yes.
Okay, pinakabagong podcast to. You'll find this in Spotify, the Playground PH page, probably in YouTube also. Let's establish all those channels to reach more people like us, diba? So yun, we hope you have learned valuable insights, especially in taking care of your bones and joints. So in the future, we're gonna discuss more. Hopefully we can do this on a weekly basis.
Yes.
And it's a commitment. So a huge thanks again to you, Coach MR.
Thank you
for your
Playground
expertise.
PH. Thank you so
Until
much.
next time, stay healthy, stay active, take care of your body. It's the only one you have got. So yeah, see you in the next episode. Bye.